Okay, here we are at the crawl space on Cripple Creek. I'm going to start crawling around here. So, as you can see, it's a bit mushy under here. And with just some old Colorado radon. They do basement encapsulation. I am just a realtor. Nothing more. Today I'm a realtor in a crawl space. So we've put 3 fairly big.
Hit.
Okay. So when we put that one smaller bottle in, we can now hear.
It emptied.
It did?
It emptied. Yep.
Okay. So it seems to be working.
That's correct. Yep. It kicked on and drained it down to where we had it before. So that must be where the pump is set. So if it gets much higher than that, then it will kick on, but it will always hold a certain amount of water.
Okay. Thoughts?
Based on everything that we've seen, right? The exhaust point is or was done very well. There doesn't seem to be any clogging. I don't see anything in the pipe where it exhausts, where water is backing up. So it seems to be exhausting just fine. The pump is kicking on. The power is working. So you have 2 things from there that could potentially be the issue. One is groundwater that just will continuously rise and will always be here. Therefore, it will always be moist. Or you have drainage lines that were not done properly, and we will not know that.
What do you mean drainage lines?
So there are drainage lines that run to this pit right here. Or there should be drainage lines that run to this pit right here.
Like pipes in the ground?
That's correct. Like flexible black drainage pipe.
Oh, like a perimeter drain?
Yes, exactly. If this was done properly, it would have pipes that go in the side from here and go the length of the crawl space that way.
Okay.
And then that would also go around the corner, back around into the side here.
Okay.
If it was done correctly.
But this was put in after the house was built.
That's correct.
So those pipes should have been put in after the house was built.
That's correct.
Okay.
Or option 2 is this is just a sump pit in the ground that they've put holes into in hopes that the water will slope this direction and just naturally mitigate itself to this pit.
Okay.
And the only way to know would be to really open this up and dig down to see if there are any drainage lines that lead to this. If there are drainage lines that lead to this, then they're probably not allowing the water to get to them properly, meaning they're getting clogged with mud and dirt. There needs to be pea gravel around those drainage lines so that the water can get to those drainage lines without getting clogged.
Okay.
Or someone just came in and said, this seems to be the lowest point. Let's dig a hole here and stick this sump basin here.
Okay.
And it should help.
Okay. So, I mean, right now, there's no areas that we can kind of see the dirt. I mean,
around here, it's fairly hard, right?
Yeah.
So it seems to be working over here.
Would an option be to put another sump pit?
Yes.
Down there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So have one up here and then one down there, because it did seem to be mushier.
Yes.
Down
And you
there.
would have to decide where the water is collecting the most, or where it is you have the most standing water or the most mud, unless it's very clear that there is a downslope someplace, because you want it in the lowest point of the crawl space.
And I am not a topographer, but this does not seem to be the lowest point.
I don't think it is either, personally.
I would say down there's the lowest point.
Yes.
Interesting.
So that's kind of where we're at.
Maybe at some point this was the lowest point, and then with the water getting into the ground, it shifted.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else to add?
I do not.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You know, it might be an idea to add another sump pump pit to this area here, so you're covering both areas.